What's up, crypto world, trading world, stock market world? It is Max from the Signal Bar Method, and I thought I would do a quick video for the public out there. Looking at Bitcoin and kind of talking about what we do at the Signal Bar Method and why I think it's the best way to trade. Obviously, I'm not giving financial advice or a recommendation here at all. This is my own personal perspective, and I just wanted to share what you would get access to being a subscriber. It's only $10 a month too, which is, I think, is crazy, because some of my subscribers have brought it to my attention that some of these other supposed technicians are charging people. And I've seen some of their work in the past, and it did not impress me at all. It didn't really look like these people had a real trading education. I actually haven't seen one person in the entire crypto space, as far as I've seen, that looks like they've gotten a true, real trading education, a proper trading education. I can just see it in what they're posting, how they're approaching charting and technical analysis and everything. So with that being said, so typically every day at the close, 5 p.m. Pacific time for crypto, I make call outs, and these are trades that I may or may not take. Typically I take all of them. And I list my entry price and my stop loss price before the move happens, whether it's a long or a short. Before I take the trade, I call it out, right? I call it out before the move happens. So I show you where I will get in, and I show you where I will put my stop loss if price gets to my entry price, right? For whatever trading asset it is. It could be a crypto, could be a stock, could be a futures contract, whatever it is. And the reason, to me, this is the best way to trade is because it's so defined. It's defined with its entry. It's defined with its stop loss. The chart pattern is taken into account, basically showing supply and demand, right? I use basic moving averages. I use the MACD with certain inputs that I was taught to use, and it really does make the MACD look great and show up great, show you supply and demand, in a good way, right? And this chart looks really messy because there's a lot of lower time frame trend lines. I know a lot of people are going to troll about that, but these are old trend lines that I just decided to leave on this Bitcoin pairing. And they're just old trend lines. They're lower time frame trend lines, so there's a lot going on. If we zoom in here to the Bitcoin daily USDT pair on Binance, we can see what was kind of like an incomplete falling wedge, whether I leave my trend line like that or kind of pull it tighter here. We kind of had like a really weird looking falling wedge. We broke up out of it after we had like a 1-2 touch, kind of some momentum divergences going on. 1-2, get this hammer, pop up out of this, and we created this little ascending wedge. It was not an easy play. We even started this move up off of red, moving averages supporting this move higher, get this fake out inverted hammer, and just a really kind of psycho ascent out of this thing, but a clear break up out of this ascending wedge with a measured move target of about 119,900-ish, maybe 119,888, somewhere in that area, right? That's about the measured move. And then to take it a step further, we could be looking at an inverted and upward sloping inverted head and shoulder pattern playing out, which would make sense with the 3-month candle closing at the end of September. So just initially, by listening to me speak right now, if you're subscribed somewhere else, are they speaking like this? Do you think they actually have the education? Have they put in the time and money to go get a real trading education to be able to identify what I'm identifying in probably under a minute worth of your time? And if they aren't, maybe you should question that, right? Because don't you deserve the best, or at least somebody that actually cares and has put in the time? I mean, almost 20 years of trading education, trading experience, and educated, mentored, etc. I've taken the time, just excessive amounts of time, disgusting amounts of time looking at charts over the past almost 20 years. So I'm not going to go further than Bitcoin, because I feel like I'm going to be giving too much away when I have my subscribers out there that are paying, right? They're already paying. And not only that, guys, $9.99, $10 a month. Like, my subs are telling me some of these people are charging like $20, $30, $40 a month, guys. I've seen their work. Like, it's very basic. I can't believe they're charging that much to people. It's robbery, right? It's not okay. But I'm very defined with my stop losses, with my entry. I do daily update videos pretty much almost every single day, even AM and PM, morning and night, even midday updates, guys. I go above and beyond what I initially promised with the call out subscription. It was always just going to be like call outs at the close. Here's my entry. Here's my stop loss. I decide when I take profit, but I don't need to tell anybody that. I'm already telling you where I'm going to get in, where I'm going to put my stop loss, right? Like, I'm showing you what I'm going to do if I take that trade, right? And most of them that I post, I take most of them. I even take more than that a lot of the time. I'm even taking other trades just to take them, right? They're not even call outs. I'm just taking more trades than like a lot of the time, right? So I don't know. I need to do a compilation video of like recent call outs. I used to do that more often, and I just got tired of it. Like, we're doing so well on a regular basis in the call outs that, like, I feel like I shouldn't even have to do that. Like, honestly, the community should just be growing by word of mouth. That's how well we're doing there, right? We're doing so exceptionally well in the call outs, in the private subscription. So exceptionally well. I would even argue that we're doing better than anybody in the world when it comes to swing trading. I would argue for that. I would love to see somebody that's doing better than we are when it comes to swing trading. Day trading, we're not day traders. We're swing trading, right? I don't even advise day trade. I would never, I'm not, like, I can't give financial recommendations or advice, but me personally, like, I would never tell somebody to be a day trader. I'm sorry. Like, I think the slippage, I think it's really easy to get caught up in emotion. I feel like there's only certain times of the day or night that are really, that'll even move a lot of the time, where it makes it kind of worth it. There are a lot of fake outs, intraday. There's a lot of reasons. I can't really support day trading. I think you can do it and you can be successful, but you have to be so disciplined and be living such a healthy lifestyle day in and day out. I just think it's not worth it. You're glued to the screen a lot of the time. Like, you have to be looking at the screen like so much of the time. Like, is that worth it? Is it worth it? You can already do so well swing trading. Do you really need to push it further? Right? So I don't really advise for that, but when it comes to swing trading, we're just doing so phenomenally well. And we're going to keep doing well, right? I know we are. And I know we're destined for greatness. I know the community, there's a lot of great people in the community that are going to do a lot of great things. I plan to do as much as I possibly can with making this, whatever this reality is, a much better place. Like, we really need to. The planet needs it. The people need it. The animals need it. To me, it just is what it is. It has to be done. I feel like it's why I'm here. And, I'm not going to fail, right? And there's plenty of other people in this community that are, they're great traders. They're becoming great traders. They are great traders. I know they're going to do great things. And plenty of people around the world that are waking up, that are doing great things, that are going to do great things, that already are doing great things, have created spectacular technologies that are just growing incredible organic foods, planting forests, helping animals, drilling for primary water, clean water. Like there's so many great things happening around the world. It's just not always in the spotlight per se, right? So I'm not the only one, right? But anyways, I just want to do a public video really quick, kind of show you, what we do. It's very precise. It's a sniper approach. I typically try and wait for the best looking setups. And we've just had so many spectacular setups and call outs on a very regular basis. I get that the market doesn't always give opportunity all the time in the crypto space. Sometimes it can be pretty choppy, but generally we get trades like almost weekly, if not weekly, you know what I mean? And sometimes a lot more than not. Other times it's just a time of patience. It's a choppier market. It might be a time of patience, but the market always has another trade right around the corner. And there's just so much opportunity here. I do want to grow the community. I think it'll be good for everybody, and I'm putting in all this effort too, so why not, right? Why not? Why should this community not be bigger than any other community out there? I definitely have the experience. We have the track record. We are just doing incredible things with the trades. We're very precise. We're very defined. We're not like, oh, I think this is ABC wave. I might get in around this area. My stop loss might be here, or I'm averaging in. Oh, I hope this thing gets back up because we're just averaging in down here. Hopefully it gets back up. No, dude. It's like, this is where I'm getting in. This is where my stop loss is, right? I'm trailing it like this, right? And in my course, I teach how I take profit. I teach how I partial out. I teach how I take profit. I teach how I trail with a stop loss and everything. That's how I do it. But the call outs are real life, real time. Hey, this is where I'm getting in. This is where my stop loss is. And then either it moves or it doesn't, right? So I'll just give you an example right here on this short. Like, here's Bitcoin dropping on the daily, like gets up here, 1, 2, rolling over, right? Drops. Okay. Looking for a pullback. There's a bear pullback. There's my setup candle, a little inverse hammer at the moving averages rolling down. All right, this is how I would call it. Either short at market, down to, or entry at the low of this candle right below it, which is 104.872.50, right? So my entry might be 104.872.49 with a stop right above the high around 106.795-ish, right? And look at the move that you're able to get. A nice solid move, in less than 2 full days, pretty much, right? Comes all the way back up, but there was a lot of profit in that move, right? I mean, a great risk to reward. You can just see the distance there. That's at least a 2 to 1. That's probably at least a 3 to 1 risk to reward ratio. It's a great trade, right? I mean, there's almost 5% of movement from entry at open. You barely took any heat on the trade, and you could have even averaged in on a pullback, getting an even better price if you wanted to do that, right? So that's what we do here, guys, on a regular basis. Ask my subs if you know any of my subscribers or they want to speak up. Why don't they speak up about this entry back here? I actually termed a certain candlestick type of setup that I've noticed over the years that I actually kind of gave a name to, right? And that kind of setup tends to hit really freaking hard a lot of the time when we get it. Doesn't always necessarily hit, but a lot of the time, especially if it's a good looking one that fits like a lot of my top tier criteria for that type of setup has always hit, and has always hit really, really, really well. So that's saying something, right? And I termed that type of setup, like I'm basically a pioneer, right? So I would like to grow the community. I put a lot of time into it. I'd like to see it grow. I feel like I have a lot to offer, right? And people just watching me, coming to watch me, right? And hopefully this helps, but let's keep an eye on Bitcoin. The measured move right now is to, and I don't know if I think my measurements, like, it's close to being right. It might not be exactly right, but it's close to 120,000. It's probably just under, like, closer to 119,800 ish. Somewhere right in here, right around 119.9 or 119.8 or 120, right? Somewhere in that area. And ultimately, I'm thinking, this is pretty speculative, but I'm thinking we're going to make it closer to like 126, and then we'll see if we get rejected there. But to me, coming into this area, and it might be closer, maybe closer to the middle to end of September, mid-end of September, right? And then maybe coming down for maybe a right shoulder with that new 3-month candle opening up, getting that retracement, and then coming back up and having an inverted head and shoulder that will take us up to kind of roughly like 150,000 plus maybe measured move, right? But ultimately, we're going to be looking for the right kind of candlestick setups, etc. And there are fake outs; they do happen. But a lot of the time I'm able to kind of like pick up on when it might be a trap or a fake out, etc. I feel like I'm pretty good at that these days. It's not always so clear, and definitely I feel like it's the healthier I'm living in that moment, it makes it a little bit easier, my intuition, intellect, all that. But I just feel like we're doing really well, and it would be nice to grow the community more. So if you're interested, check it out, Signal Bar Method on X or Twitter. In the bio, the call out subscription is there, $9.99 a month. I probably will increase the price of it to $20-$30 a month, something like that, whatever feels right. I'll just do it on a new platform for new subscriptions, and whoever has pioneered it, at $10 a month will be pioneered there, until I'm not doing this anymore. So anyways, hopefully this helps. Love to see Bitcoin get up to like 126, and then we'll see what happens there. We'll definitely be watching it, maybe 119.8, 120-ish first. And that's it. I'm not going to go into any other cryptos. It just wouldn't really be fair to the subscribers. I hope everyone's doing well out there, and I always wish the best for everyone. Thanks for your time.